Good evening everybody. Today we are going to discuss about the control statements, that is part 2. In the last video we discussed for loop, while loop, do while loop and if else conditions and switch conditions. Today we are going to discuss about the jump statements. So in the jump statements, the first one is continue. Now continue statement. Now what is mean by continue? For example, a speech is going on. Somebody says stop the program. So what the speaker do? He says stops. If somebody say continue, what he'll do? He continue the speech. Similarly, in while loop, for loop or do while loop, the execution of looping is done continuously. If some condition is occurred, then only if you continue, otherwise you can stop the looping execution process. If some condition is true, then continue. If some condition is false, break that execution of loop. What is mean by loop? Repeatedly execution of statements. For example, a statement is repeated 10 times. Okay. Now, in that 10 times, after some condition is satisfied, for example, 5 times printing is done. Now, a condition is occurred. If that condition is true, then I say that continue loop process. If that condition is false, I say stop the process. So, how many times we displayed the statement? Only for 5 times. So, this is the use of the continue statement. Now, the syntax is continue here. Now, simple syntax we have for the continue is continue. Now, we'll see the flow of execution of the continue. Now, these are the conditional code. Now, here we'll write a condition, right? If this condition is true, we enter some conditional code. That means some statements are executed. Then a condition is tested. If the condition is true, then the conditional code is tested. This process is continued until this condition is satisfied. That means, for example, I'll show you next example so that you will be clear. Now look at here. Now here what we are doing here, while test expression. If this test expression is true, control enters into the while loop, then these codes will be executed. Then this test expression will be checked. Again, if this test expression is true, control moves back to the while loop. Again, it will test the condition. If the condition is true, again this code part will be executed for second time. Again, the condition is tested. For example, here the condition is wrong. What happens if the condition is wrong? This continue will not be executed. Control comes out of the if condition. So this means this part will be executed. If this condition is true, control moves back to the again while statement. Again test the condition. If here condition true, this part will be executed. Then it tests the condition. If the condition is true, again continue. That means these codes will be executed repeatedly until this condition is true here and here. If this condition is false, control comes out of the if block and go for this code statements. Now, this will be same in the while loop. This will be same in the for loop. Now, here first it tests the expression. Then this code is executed for one time. Now, again test expression. If this condition is true, continue. Again test the expression. If the condition is true here, it will execute this code for second time. Again test the condition. If again condition is true, this part is repeated and again condition is tested. Say condition is true. Now this code part is executed third time. Now once here the test condition is false. If once the test condition is false, control will not enter for this continue statement. It will directly enter this block of code and after that it will update the value over here. If the updated value will be passed back to the test expression, again this test expression will be true, then this code is executed, again this condition is tested. So this is an example of the continue statement. That means For loop will execute the statements under this block. For loop will execute the statements under this block continuously. But under that, if you want to implement any condition, if that condition is true, then only repeat the statement. Otherwise, don't repeat the statements. In such cases, we implement a continue statement. We'll see the programs of continue, break, go to at the last of the video. Now we'll see break statement. Now what is mean by break? Break is nothing but stop the process. Now in the last video, in the switch case, what we did, if some choice is true, then execute the respected case and break from the switch case. That means control come out of the switch. Here the same break is here also. Whenever you want to stop the flow of execution of any looping statement, it will break the continuation of execution. Now simply the syntax of this is what? Break. Sorry. Simply we'll write as continue we have written. Similarly we'll write break and semicolon at the last. Simply break. Right? Now we'll see execution of break. Now here while test expression. In the last thing what we did, continue. The same example here also. What happens here? While test the expression. If this expression is true, control enters into the while loop. Why? Because we are opening the flower bracket here. This code is executed for first time. Now here condition to break. Here whatever the condition you want to write, the condition you have to specify here. If this condition is true, then what we are writing? Break. That means this break will break the loop, then control comes to here. That means continue means this will go back to the test expression. If break means control come out of the while loop. Similarly in the do while also, do some code is executed first time, again the condition is tested. If the condition is true, then break will be done, control come out of this loop. If the break is not done, that means condition is wrong, so code will be executed this. If true, control come out of the loop. If false, control executes the respected code. This is the difference between continue and break statements. Now we'll discuss about the go to statement. So go to nothing but, now normally we'll say go to the respected shop, go to that medical shop, go to that market. That means what? We'll start the continuation of execution from here, then we'll move to some shopping mall, then where we have to go, next we have to go some other destination, next we have to go some other destination. That means we are not following the road in a right way. That means we are not moving in a straightforward manner. Wherever our destination is there, we are moving to the respected place and we are performing the action over there, and we are coming back to some other place and moving the action. That means flow of execution of program is not done continuously. If anywhere, if you want to go to some location, that means for example our program consists of 100 lines. From 5th line I want to go to 95th line. Okay, now then what we do, we write go to 95 line. That means our control jumps to the 95 line. Right? Now after executing of the statements from 95 line, from where you came? You came from 5th line. So control come back to the 6th line. This is a use of the go to statements. Here these go to statements we call it as a jump statements. Right? That means jump from anywhere to anywhere within the function. One place to another place will move without having any condition. Without having any condition, we move from one place to another place. We have two types of go to statements. First one is forward and another is backward. Forward is nothing but what? First you specify go to, then write the labels. Otherwise, first write the label, then write go to. So forward and backward. Here first we specify label. First write the label, that means what action you want to perform. Then whenever you want to do this action, there write the go to statement. Another way is first write the go to label, do the actions. This label 1 occurs, then the control directly moves to this label 1. Right? Clear? That means whenever you occurs a statement as go to some particular label in the program, control directly jumps from this statement, jumps from this line to label 1 without specifying any condition. After executing of these label statements, that means below the statements are there na? So this statements execution is completed, then control moves back to the statements whichever we are writing over here. Now we'll see the programs which are related to go to, continue and break. So this is a flow chart of the go to. So it starts the program execution. Now label 1, statement 1. Now this statement is executing. Now I am saying that go to label 3. If I say go to label 3, control will not enter into label 2. Directly it go for label 3 directly. Then it will stop the process. Now we'll see the programs which are related to continue, break and go to in the Turbo C editor. Now here I already written some programs which are related to go to, continue and break. Right? First of all, I am discussing about the go to statement. Now here two programs I am combining. For checking a number is even or odd, I am that implementing with the go to statement. Program to check a number is even or odd using go to statement. So this is a documentation section, then link section, then I am writing void main over here. Now what is my program? I want to take a number. I want to check whether that number is even or odd. Now how can you say number is even or odd? If a number is divisible by 2, then we say that the number is even. If a number is not divisible by 2, then we say the number is odd. So divisible performance action to be done using modulus operator over here. In the next video, we'll see types of operator. There we'll discuss each and every operator of C language. Now int number, next clear the previous screen. Now I'm asking the user to enter a number. Now what the user does, user tries to enter a number. That number will be stored in address of NO. Now this NO modulus of 2, that means this is an action that will return you a value. If that value is equals to 0, I'm comparing with this 0 with this 0, then go to even. So wait, this go to is a keyword, this even is a label. So where is your label? I'm writing the label over here. So the control comes to this part and the remaining part will be skipped. Now we'll see the flow of execution of the program. Now compile. I'm compiling. Now run. I'm giving the number as 56. Now is the 56 even or odd? Even. Now 56 is even. Now check the flow of execution. I'm writing F7. Sorry, pressing F7. Now it clears the previous screen. I'm asking the user to enter. I'm entering the number as 58. Now is 58 is divisible by 2? Yes. It will give you the remainder as 0. So the 0 is double equals to 0. That means 0 is compared with 0. So both are same. So if condition is satisfied, then the control enters into the if block. Now if block is executing. Now what it is saying? It is saying that go to even part. So I'm saying it directly control moves to the even part. It executes the part and it control comes to the running of that. So this is an example of go to statements. Next I want to show continue part. Okay. Now, so this program is related to break. Now what I am doing here, I am displaying a table like 2 table, 3 table, 4 table. I want to display a table. Now for what we need, for that we need a number. So which table you want to display? So I am taking a number. Now this table is nothing but what? If I say 10 table, 10 ones are 10, 10 twos are 20, 10 threes are 30, 10 fours are 40, like that the repetition of table is done. Now, so we use for loop. So if you are using any loop, that means we have to take a variable in order to stop the looping condition. Now for that I am taking I. So I want to do some multiplications over here in this. So I am taking a variable as f. Now clear the previous screen, enter a number for displaying a table of it. Now scanf, accept the number into no variable. Now what I am writing, for I is equals to 1, I less than or equals to 100. That means this for loop is going to execute 100 times. Then I plus plus. Notice what is the rule of the for loop? First initialization, test the condition. If the condition is true, this block is going to execute. Then value of I will be incremented. Then again test the condition. If again condition true, this block is executed again. If condition false, so this block will not execute, control comes to out of that. That is a natural rule for the for loop. Now what we are implementing here, f is equals to number into I. So in this number, for example, here I entered the number as 5. 5 into, what is the value of I? 1. 5 into 1, that means what? 5 into 1, 5. So what your f contains? 5. Printf modulus of d star modulus of d equals to modulus of d, new line, number if. Now your number contains 5, I contains 1, f contains 5. So this will be printed as it is. Why I am writing here into and equals to? In order to display like a table. Now I am checking whether the I value is greater than 10 or not. So what is the value of I now? It's 1 only. Why? Because for loop is not completed. Is 1 is greater than 10? No. Condition false. So if condition false, control will not enter into the if part. Here only we have one statement. I am not writing open bracket and close bracket for the if statement. Now control come back to this, and again what is the value of I? The value of I will be 2. 2 less than or equals to 10. Now number is 5. I will be 2. 5 into 2, 10. So here f contains 10. Printf, same, modulus of d is 3. Number is 5. I is 2. F is 10. 5 2s are 10. So this is repeated. Now I will leave f I is 2. 2 greater than or equals to 10. Condition wrong. So again the control is moved back to the for loop. It executes the statements. Once your I becomes 11, 11 less than or equals to 10. Condition satisfied, control comes out of the loop. Even though you are writing 100, this for loop is going to execute it only for 10 times because of the break statement for this condition. Now check out, compile a program, run your program. Now I am entering the table as 5. Now 5 is executing for 10 times only. Why? Because we are writing a condition. When your I becomes 11, 11 should be greater than or equals to 10. The condition satisfied, then we are writing break over here. Now see the flow of execution. I am pressing F7. For each and every program, trace your program so that the program will be very clear. Don't by heart the programs. Try to understand what is the logic, what is the input, what will be the output. Just simply, the program writing is very simple. F7, ask the user to enter a number. I am entering the number as 6. Any table you can enter. Now this for loop should run actually for 100 times, but how many times it will execute? F7. Now check out. One time I will be 1 greater than 10. Condition wrong. Again within the loop only for second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. Now here 10 is 6 tens at 60 is printed. Now I will be 11. 11 greater than 10. Condition true. So control is coming out of the for loop. Why? Because we are writing break. It is breaking the execution of the for loop. right? This is an example of the break. Now we'll see the example of the continue. Wait a minute, I already saved the program. Switch file program. Now in this program only I am doing okay, right, in this program only I am doing for continue. Already I saved. Now what is the meaning of continue? It executes some statements. If the condition is true, it will go back to the some other statement, right? Now here I am writing, instead of greater than I am writing less than. I say continue. That means if the condition is true, then only the continue will be done. If your condition is wrong, the continue will not be happened over here. Now success, run. I am giving the table as 8. See, it is displaying for 100 times. Now look at here. I am displaying 9 table. 9. Condition 9 ones are 9 is printed. 1 is less than 10. Condition true. 2. Continue. So we are writing continue. So control is same within the for loop only. Now second time. This will be third time. Continue. Why? Because the condition is true. Now I will be 3. Continue. I will be 4. 4 less than 10. Condition true. Continue. I will be 5. 5 less than 10. Continue. So this will repeated for 100 times. So if you execute for 100 times, it takes more time. So I am not showing the execution of this. So this is go to, continue and break statements. These are all called as the jumping statements in the control statements. If you want any more programs to explain, please comment in the comment section. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you and subscribe to my channel. If you like my videos, share to your friends also. Thank you for sharing and okay.